clear wide streets and inlets find...
An angry crowd in the middle of nowhere. This seems familiar.
My fishermen saw your boat sailing from Pococahara. The storms, they parted like a school of fish before Nagati herself. Now, the Valiant Trading Company will send ships, people, and supplies. Tikawawa will be the greatest port east of Nekataka.
First they must clear room for docks and storehouses. But that will be many months from now, no?
Already they make plans. I say this is a turn in our fortunes, the first of many. You are always welcome among us. Accept this and know our thanks.
Now, you see any...
Hey, Aloth. Remember back when you were a low-rank Leaden Key spy? I generally try not to. Well, you deserve the promotion. Much prefer you to your old boss. Why, thank you.
Welcome back. Governor Alvari will see you.
Ah, good, you're back. I hope you had a pleasant voyage. Ah, before you get too far on the way, I think you ought to come with me. Director Castol will want to hear from you in person.
Alvari tells me you are kind enough to look into this business on Pococahara for us. I hope you bring good news. Incredible. You see? What fortune you had to find a watcher, Alvari. An Adra vein of that size will go a long way. We need only send a ship.
Assuming we can replace the people we lost. I notice Beza is not with you. Did you find any sign of the expedition?
A sorry end for such dedicated individuals. How very fortunate that you lived to tell their tale. I believe I can take things from here, Alvari. Agrasima. The Watcher and I have more business to discuss. Oh, and do pay the man for his trouble first. I thought it best I speak with you face to face. Watchers are not so numerous here in the Deadfire, especially those of such storied backgrounds as yourself. I'd read much about your exploits alongside the Crucible Knights in Defiance Bay. Their little experiments. And I think that we are, each of us, in a position to offer each other something that we cannot find elsewhere. The Valiant Trading Company has had a presence on this island for nearly a century now. We have the greatest fleet on the seas, the support of the richest men and women in the world. What can the Royal Deadfire Company offer? A soldier's wages, so that you can elevate the fortunes of a distant king? And the Queen? A place in the Kahanga tribe among all the rest of these neglected people. You've lived outside the caste system all these years. Are you eager to return to it? I can give you money, fame, certainly. But the men and women of the company, we set our aims high. And if I only wanted to offer you work as an Adra inspector, I would have let Alvari deal with you. The Valiant Trading Company has maintained an outpost here in Neketaka for nearly a century now. It was only 2 years ago that we discovered the effects of Luminous Adra with the aid of our animancers and several watchers. Flaune Alette has continued to study the potential of Luminous Adra in all manner of advances. Why content ourselves to sell all this Adra as a luxury when we might use it to change the world? But of course you understand all of this. Alette sent word of your involvement in her latest experiment. A very dramatic first attempt, I hear. Though, Alette has a tendency to gloss over details. But, I want to hear it from you. How did it go? You'll put the priest into a frenzy with talk like that. Communion with the gods is their business. A near-death experience does little to recommend Alette's efforts. I am glad you are in one piece, Watch. We are in the early days of Alette's research. Flawed as this outing was, there is promise there. This is only the start, you know. The very dawn of a new age of discovery. But just imagine. Imagine if we could transport goods and people more quickly than any vessel or horse. Cure every kind of ailment. Perhaps cure disease altogether. We'll extend our lifespans by decades, maybe even centuries one day. This has all been the work of a single outpost. I want there to be a dozen outposts, 100. Animancers working together to better our lives. Look at what we have left behind. Old Valia is a battlefield at constant war with itself. But the republics have risen from that past. We can rise farther still. And in doing so, we will raise all of Aora with us.
Perfetto!
Yes, but achievable, I think. I may not live to see it, but I will see the groundwork done. But I've said enough. Too much, I think. There will be more experiments to come. Until then, I have a more grounded task I need assistance with. Nothing that should put your spirit in any danger. Nekataka sees its share of smuggling. I doubt that would surprise anyone. But we've learned of a particular exchange that will have more dire effects than a few spoiled Hawana peasants. There is a Royal Deadfire Company official by the name of Quarno, who has been meeting in secret with one of the Principi. I do not believe he works with the approval of his masters. He meets with a Captain Tola, a known pirate and smuggler. I hope I don't have to tell you that an alliance between a crooked royal official and the Principi is not the kind of trouble any of us need. I have a woman, Britza, waiting in the luminous bathhouse in Periki's Overlook. The smugglers do business there, and she has kept an eye on things. I promise to send assistance. Find her, and she will tell you what she knows. Excellent. Meeting you has been a stroke of luck, Watcher. I'll await your report.